Imagine walking into a home where every inch matters. Every corner, every wall, every piece of furniture has a purpose. No wasted space, no cluttered corners, no forgotten rooms. Now imagine that home is not a mansion, not a sprawling suburban house, but a tiny apartment, a micro studio, or even a converted garage. For many Americans today, this is not imagination. It is reality. And yet, for some, the idea of living in a small space can feel limiting, uncomfortable, or even impossible. But what if I told you that living small doesn't mean living less? What if, instead, it can mean living smarter, more creatively, and more intentionally? Today, we're going to explore not just how to survive in a small space, but how to thrive, how to transform constraints into opportunities, and how to create a life that is rich, full, and meaningful, regardless of square footage. Context, relevance. In cities across America, housing costs are rising, urban populations are growing, and sustainability is no longer a choice, it's a necessity. Families, young professionals, and retirees alike are discovering that smaller spaces can offer freedom, affordability, and even joy. What once might have felt like a compromise is now becoming a path to innovation, creativity, and mindful living. Purpose statement. Over the next hour, we will explore the many dimensions of small space living, from clever design solutions and organizational strategies to financial, emotional, and creative benefits. We will hear stories of individuals and families who have turned tiny apartments into functional, beautiful, and inspiring homes. And most importantly, we'll uncover practical steps you can take to transform your own space, no matter its size, into a sanctuary of comfort, efficiency, and joy. Audience engagement. So as we begin, I want you to take a moment and look around. Imagine the space you call home. The rooms, the walls, the furniture. Now imagine it transformed. Every item has purpose. Every corner is intentional, and your home works for you, not the other way around. That vision, that possibility, is what we will explore today. Hook, ask audience to imagine a typical American home. Big yard, big garage, big rooms. Contrast with reality, rising housing costs, urban density, and smaller apartments. Personal story. I remember walking into my first tiny apartment, barely enough room for a bed and a kitchen table, and yet I learned something incredible. Key points to introduce. 1. Small space living is no longer just a trend. It's a necessity for millions of Americans. 2. Small space living doesn't mean sacrificing comfort, creativity, or joy. Audience engagement. Quick poll or raise of hands. How many of you live in apartments under 800 square feet? Section 1. Why small space living is the future. 10 minutes. Statistics. Urban population growth. Housing affordability. Environmental impact. Sustainability angle. Smaller homes equals lower carbon footprint, less energy consumption. Highlight cultural shifts. Minimalism, tiny house movement, micro apartments in NYC and San Francisco. Story. Feature a real-life family or individual thriving in a 300 square feet apartment. Transition. Knowing why we live small is one thing. Knowing how to live well in a small space is the real key. Section 2. Smart design and layout. 12 minutes. Multi-purpose furniture. Sofa beds, foldable tables, storage ottomans. Vertical space, shelving, loft beds, hanging storage. Open floor plans and lighting, creating the illusion of space. Example visuals for live presentation, before-after small space transformations. Story. I met an architect in Seattle who converted a 350 square feet studio into a home office, gym, and guest room, all in one space. Interactive tip. Ask audience to think about their most cluttered room and imagine it reimagined with vertical solutions. Section 3. Organization and decluttering. 10 minutes. The power of intentional living. Keep only what you truly use or love. KonMari and other minimalistic approaches. Smart storage, underbed storage, hidden compartments, wall hooks. Story. A couple downsized from a 2,000 square feet house to 600 square feet and doubled their quality of life. Engagement. Audience visualization exercise. Imagine having everything you need within arm's reach, yet your space feels open and calm. Section 4. Lifestyle adjustments and mindset. 8 minutes. Accepting smaller spaces as a lifestyle, not a compromise. Emphasize experiences over things. Incorporating outdoor spaces, balconies, rooftops, community gardens. Storytelling. How living small improved relationships, reduced stress, and boosted creativity. Section 5. Technology and innovation. Minutes. Smart home solutions, foldable smart furniture, IoT devices, modular kitchens, space-saving appliances, washer-dryer combos, compact refrigerators, fold-away desks. Examples, micro-apartments in Tokyo, NYC, and San Francisco. Section 6, community and social benefits. Co-living spaces, social interaction, plus reduced rent. Shared amenities, gyms, co-working spaces, rooftop gardens. Small spaces encourage sustainable communities and meaningful human connections. Closing call to action, 5 minutes. Inspire. Small space living isn't just a necessity, it's a way to live smarter, cleaner, and happier. Practical takeaway. Tips for redesigning your own space immediately. Vision. A future where small spaces lead to big lives. Final story. I met a young artist in Brooklyn who transformed a 250-square-foot apartment into her dream studio, her home, and her sanctuary. She proved to me and all of us that it's not the square footage that defines a home, it's the heart inside it. End with a quote or mantra about simplicity and joy in small spaces. Financial benefits of small space living. Lower costs. Rent, utilities, maintenance. Living small can dramatically reduce monthly expenses. Investment opportunities. Saving on housing allows investing in experiences, travel, or personal growth. Example story. A young professional in San Francisco downsized from a $3,000-month apartment to $1,800, freeing up $1,200 per month to invest in his startup. Practical tip. Encourage the audience to create a small space savings plan. Allocate money saved from smaller living toward meaningful goals. Engagement. Ask audience, what would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? Section 8. Health and well-being benefits. 8 minutes. Mental clarity. Less clutter equals less stress, more focus. Physical activity. Small spaces encourage smart use of movement. Stairs, folding workouts, and outdoor exercise. Mindfulness encourages intentional living and reducing unnecessary consumption. Story. A couple in Chicago converted their 500-square-foot apartment into a minimalist haven, noticing reduced anxiety and more time for hobbies and meditation. Practical tip. Highlight simple routines. 1 tidy up per day keeps your space and mind calm. Section 9. Creativity and personal growth. 8 to 10 minutes. Innovation from constraint. Limited space sparks creative design solutions and multi-use items. Learning to prioritize. Choosing what truly matters in your life and home. Story. A Brooklyn artist uses her 300-square-foot apartment as a living room, studio, and gallery, hosting intimate exhibitions that attract collectors. Tip. Encourage the audience to view constraints as opportunities. Your small space is your creative canvas. Section 10. Inspiring future visions. 5 to 7 minutes. Reimagining American living. Small, efficient, and sustainable homes could redefine community and urban life. Technology and sustainability. Tiny homes, modular apartments, and smart systems can transform cities while reducing environmental impact. Call to action. Encourage attendees to embrace small space solutions, experiment with their homes, and share ideas with friends and family. Closing story. A family in Austin transformed a 400-square-foot tiny house into a joyful, functional home, proving that love, ingenuity, and community outweigh square footage. Final words. It's not the size of your home that matters, but the life you create within it. Every small space holds the potential for a big life. As we come to the end of our journey into small space living, I want to pause and reflect on what we've discovered together. We've explored the practical side of design, layout, and organization. We've considered the financial, emotional, and environmental benefits. We've seen how small spaces can spark creativity, foster meaningful connections, and improve our overall well-being. And perhaps most importantly, we've realized that living small is not about limitation. It is about choice, intention, and opportunity. Inspiration, call to action. The message I want you to take with you today is simple. Your space does not define you. Your life does. Small space living challenges us to rethink our priorities, to let go of what we don't need, and to embrace what truly matters. It invites us to be resourceful, to innovate, and to live with purpose. Whether you're in a tiny studio, a compact apartment, or just considering downsizing, you have the power to create a home that reflects your values, nurtures your well-being, and inspires your creativity. Vision for the future. Imagine cities where every home is efficient, sustainable, and adaptable. Imagine communities where neighbors share spaces, resources, and experiences. Imagine a lifestyle where quality outweighs quantity, and where happiness is measured not by square footage, but by the richness of daily life. This is not a distant dream. It's a reality already being built by countless Americans today. Closing story, emotional ending. I'll leave you with one final story. A young family moved into a 350 square foot apartment. At first, it felt cramped and impossible, but over time, they transformed every inch into a functional, welcoming home. They discovered that love, creativity, and careful design could turn even the smallest space into a place of joy and belonging. And in the end, they realized that their small apartment had given them something much larger than any house ever could: freedom, clarity, and a deep sense of home. Final line. So as you leave today, I challenge you to see your space not as a limitation, but as a canvas. Every square foot is an opportunity. Every wall is a possibility. And in that space, no matter how small, you can create a life that is truly big.